Have you ever looked at the world and felt like some people are playing a different game? A game where they effortlessly attract success, happiness, and health, while so many others seem stuck on the starting line, fighting against an invisible current. What if I told you that it has nothing to do with luck? What if there's a set of ancient, almost forbidden rules to this game, a hidden wisdom that has been passed down through secret societies and occult masters for millennia? A wisdom that explains the very operating system of reality. This wisdom is called Hermeticism, and it doesn't just explain the rules of reality, it teaches you how to consciously work with them. And if you are watching this, it's because this knowledge has found you. Today, you're not just going to learn about the game, you're going to learn how to play. And I promise you, once you understand these principles, you can be, do, and have anything you want. This ancient philosophical and spiritual tradition, born from the sands of ancient Egypt, is based on the teachings of a legendary figure known as Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great. He was said to be the messenger of the gods, the first great mind to map the operating system of the universe. The wisdom he recorded, known as the 7 Hermetic Principles, describes the very nature of reality and, more importantly, how we can use the divine power of our own minds to influence it. This isn't some forgotten, dusty philosophy. Its influence is a golden thread woven through history's most powerful esoteric movements: alchemy, astrology, the Kabbalah, Rosicrucianism, and Freemasonry. It inspired the minds of Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, and Carl Jung, and today, it is more relevant than ever for those who seek true spiritual enlightenment and personal mastery. In our journey today, I will explain these 7 universal laws in simple, powerful terms and show you exactly how you can apply them to your life. By the end, you will not only understand the hidden connections between yourself and the universe, but you will also hold the keys to co-creating your own reality. The first principle, mentalism, the first and most foundational principle, is the master key that unlocks all others. It states, the all is mind, the universe is mental. What does this truly mean? It means that everything you see, touch, and experience, from the farthest star in the cosmos to the chair you're sitting on right now, is a manifestation of a single, universal consciousness. Imagine the entire universe is a grand, infinite dream unfolding within the mind of the divine source. And you are not just a character in this dream. You are a lucid dreamer, born with the innate power to shape the dream around you. This principle implies that your own mind is the focal point of this universal mind. Possessing the same incredible creative power, your faults and deeply held beliefs are not just fleeting, internal events. They are the very brushstrokes that paint the canvas of your personal experience. This is why it is so vitally important to become aware of your mental state and to consciously choose faults that serve you. If this sounds too mystical, consider the cutting edge of our own science. Quantum physics has shown us that at the subatomic level, reality is not fixed or objective. It exists as a sea of pure potential until a conscious observer looks at it. at which point it solidifies into a specific experience. Reality, it seems, waits for our attention to tell it how to behave. This ancient principle has been showing us for thousands of years what science is just beginning to prove. Your mind is not just in your reality. Your mind is your reality. The second principle, correspondence. The second principle is a profound key that unlocks countless mysteries about your life. As above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within. This law teaches us that there is a perfect harmony and similarity between all planes of existence. The patterns of the cosmos are reflected in the patterns of your life. And most importantly, the state of your outer world is a perfect, unflinching mirror of your inner world. The universe does not judge you. It simply reflects the truth of your unconsciousness with perfect accuracy. If you project thoughts of chaos, lack, and frustration, the universe has no choice but to orchestrate a reality filled with chaotic and frustrating experiences. If you cultivate a garden of peace, gratitude, and love within yourself, the world outside will begin to blossom in response. Let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I was trapped in a job that felt like a soul-crushing prison. I felt stuck, bored, and deeply unfulfilled. My inner world was a constant, looping monologue of complaint about my boss, my colleagues, my mundane tasks. As the result, my outer world perfectly mirrored this inner misery. I attracted more conflicts, more mistakes, and more delays. My personal life was also withering. I was drained of energy. My health was suffering, and my relationships were strained. One day, I decided I had had enough. I realized I was the one holding the paintbrush, and I had been painting my life gray. I consciously shifted my inner world. I began a daily practice of focusing on what I could be grateful for, the opportunity to learn, the security the job provided, the people my work, in some small way, helps. Every day, I expressed gratitude, and as soon as my inner world began to change, my outer world transformed as if by magic. I started to genuinely enjoy my work. My performance soared. I received recognition and new opportunities. My energy returned. My health improved, and my relationships healed. The mirror had no choice but to reflect the new image I was showing it. This principle is a powerful tool. To change your world, you must first change yourself. The third principle, vibration. The third principle reveals the dynamic and energetic nature of the universe. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Everything in existence, from the smallest particle to the grandest galaxy, is in a constant state of motion. Everything has its own unique vibrational frequency. This means that you, too, are a vibrant, energetic being. Your thoughts, your emotions, your core beliefs, they are not static. They are all vibrations that you are constantly broadcasting out into the universe. Like a unique song, and the universe, like a grand cosmic echo, simply sends back experiences, people, and circumstances that harmonize with your song. This is the true, deep magic behind the law of attraction. When you vibrate at a high frequency, the frequency of joy, love, gratitude, and abundance, you naturally align yourself with more of the same. When you vibrate at a low frequency, the frequency of fear, anger, lack, and conflict, you inevitably attract circumstances that match that vibration. The simplest and most powerful way to consciously raise your vibration is to practice gratitude. It is an emotion that immediately shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, opening your heart to receive even more blessings from a generous universe. Try this simple ritual every morning. Before you do anything else, write down 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. Feel the emotion in your heart. This small act sets your vibrational tone for the entire day. So, we now understand that our mind shapes reality, that our inner world is reflected without, and that our personal vibration is our point of attraction in the universe. These first 3 principles alone give us immense power, but how do we navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life? How do we find balance in a world of opposites and learn to flow with the natural currents of existence? The next set of principles provides the roadmap for exactly that, and they contain the secrets to true emotional and spiritual mastery. We have seen how our minds create our reality and how our personal vibration is our point of attraction in the universe. These principles alone give us immense power, but what about the inevitable challenges of life? How do we navigate the constant ups and downs, find balance in a world of dramatic opposites, and learn to flow with the natural currents of existence? This is where the next set of principles becomes our guide to true emotional and spiritual mastery. Starting with the law that gives us power over our own state of being. The 4th principle, polarity. The 4th great principle reveals a profound secret about the nature of reality. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Think about it. Hot and cold, light and dark, courage and fear, love and hate. The ancient masters taught that these are not separate, warring forces. They are, in fact, 2 sides of the same coin, different degrees of the same thing. Where does hot precisely end and cold begin? They are simply measurements on the same spectrum of temperature. The same is true for all aspects of your life. The depths of despair and the heights of elation are just the 2 poles of the spectrum of emotion. What does this mean for you? It means you are an alchemist of your own consciousness. You have the divine power to transmute any mental state into its opposite by consciously shifting your vibration. You can choose to see the opportunity in the obstacle. You can choose to find love where you once felt hate. You can choose to find peace in the midst of chaos. The value of this principle is immense, for it allows you to find balance and tap into the full spectrum of possibilities. For example, if you are feeling overcome with sadness, you first honor that emotion as a natural and valid experience, but you do not have to become its prisoner. You can consciously remember that joy exists at the other end of that same pole. You can remember a time when you were happy. You can listen to music that lifts your spirit. You can choose to find a glimmer of light in the darkness. The key to applying this principle is radical acceptance. Whenever you encounter a challenge, instead of resisting it, which only creates more suffering. Simply say to yourself, I accept this situation as it is right now. This act of profound surrender disarms the struggle and opens you up to ask the more powerful questions. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this to my benefit? Notice how this simple shift in perspective changes everything. The fifth principle, rhythm. The fifth principle teaches us to dance with the currents of life. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. Nothing in the universe stays still or remains in one state forever. There is a great cosmic breath, an inhale of expansion and an exhale of contraction. We see this principle everywhere, in the changing seasons, the phases of the moon, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the rise and fall of great civilizations. We also feel it intimately within ourselves, in the natural cycles of our moods, our productivity, our energy, and our creativity. Sometimes we feel inspired, motivated, and full of life. Other times, we feel tired, withdrawn, and uninspired. These are the natural fluctuations of the universe. So, how can we use this principle to improve our lives? The key is to go with the flow, not against it. When the tide of your life is out, when you feel you are in a downtrend, do not resist or despair. A wise fisherman doesn't fight the ocean when the tide is out. He uses that time to rest, to mend his nets, and to prepare for the next high tide. Do the same. Use these quiet periods to rest, reflect, learn, and recharge. Conversely, when the tide is in and you are on an uptrend, make the most of it. Take bold action, create value, express gratitude, and fully enjoy the fruits of your labor without becoming complacent, knowing that the rhythm will eventually shift again. By understanding and respecting this principle, you stop fighting against life and learn to move in perfect harmony with it. The sixth principle, cause and effect. This sixth principle is the law of ultimate responsibility and ultimate power. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for a law not recognized. Nothing happens by accident. Every single thing that happens in the universe is the result of an unbreakable chain of causes and effects that can be traced all the way back to the first cause. This applies to every level of your existence. On the spiritual level, your beliefs are the cause of your reality. On the mental level, your attitudes are the cause of your actions. And on the physical level, your actions are the cause of your results. Every thought you think is like a butterfly's wing beat. Every word you speak is like a stone dropped in a pond, sending ripples out into the cosmos that will, without fail, return to you. Your habits are the repeated causes that create the outcomes of your life. The good news is that understanding this empowers you completely. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of your circumstances. You can consciously choose to change the causes in your life by cultivating healthy habits, generating positive thoughts and emotions, and acting in ways that align with your purpose. By doing so, you can't help but create positive effects in your life and in the world. The seventh principle, gender. Finally, we arrive at the seventh principle, the secret of all creation. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This has nothing to do with biological sex. This is a universal law about energy. Everything in the universe contains both masculine and feminine aspects. These are the two great creative forces. Like the yin and yang of Eastern philosophy, the masculine energy is the divine sphere of action. It is assertive, logical, analytical, and goal-oriented. The feminine energy is the divine chalice of reception. It is passive, receptive, intuitive, creative, and nurturing. These energies are not opposites. They are perfect complements. They work together to create harmony and balance. We need to embrace and balance both aspects within ourselves. To deny one is to live a life half-lived. We must integrate our logic with our intuition, our ambition with our ability to nurture, our action with our reflection. By achieving this in a sacred marriage, we achieve a state of wholeness and harmony that allows us to express our true potential. These are not just 7 interesting ideas. They are the 7 keys to the kingdom of your reality. Mentalism reveals that you are the thinker. Correspondence shows that you are the mirror. Vibration proves that you are the song. Polarity makes you the alchemist. Rhythm teaches you to be the dancer. Cause and effect empowers you as the creator. And gender invites you to become the perfect balance. You have been given the map to the operating system of the universe. The journey from here is yours to walk, and the reality you experience is yours to create. The real magic is about to begin. If you are ready to continue exploring this path of conscious creation and want to master these principles in your own life, then subscribe to our channel and join a community of like-minded thinkers and creators. The journey is just getting started.